Meow.
Hey everybody, Tim and Chucky here for the fourth movie of the DC animated movies, Wonder Woman 2009. It was rough. It was really rough. So before we actually get into it, the cast is phenomenal though. I will admit that. Nathan Fillion as Stephen Trevor.
True, I did enjoy hearing his voice once again.
And he's great. Which I think Nathan Fillion's funny because after this, everybody's like, because everybody saw the Ryan Reynolds as the Green Lantern thing, and everybody's like, oh, why would you cast Ryan Reynolds?
He had nothing better to do that summer, that's why.
Well, Hal Jordan is supposed to be this test fighter pilot who was cocky, etc., who is the embodiment of Nathan Fillion. And so after this movie, Nathan Fillion plays Hal Jordan in a lot of the DC movies. You're fine. So other than Nathan Fillion, again, we have Rosario Dawson, who is a fantastic actress from different Clerks movies to Rent, all sorts of stuff. She plays Artemis.
I remember from Clerks, I love this.
And again, she comes back as the Wonder Woman voice. So we see her a lot in these movies. Alfred Molina, who was Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
Plays Ares, and then Oliver Platt as Hades. So a lot of really good actors in this. Just overall, it's just an origin movie. And you and I both, I feel are on the same page, where we've seen Thomas and Martha Wayne killed over and over again. We've seen Martha and John Kent. We've seen Wonder Woman.
Origin stories are old.
Yeah.
We know them.
We've seen them over and over again.
We know them.
So from the opening battle to the baby of clay, Stephen Trevor, the opening scene, where she actually has to compete is kind of interesting. The whole movie though, it's not a bad movie, but it's a tired movie. It's a movie we've seen over and over again.
Side note, not all the viewers have probably seen all of the origin stories.
And that's
to be
true.
Honest.
So, for me, I have not seen the live-action DC EU live-action Wonder Woman movie, whereas you have.
But the origin story was almost identical, and it made it a little more difficult to watch the cartoon version, because I like live-action stuff. So I'm sitting here almost falling asleep during the first half hour.
Yeah.
He can pledge to that. And I'm like, okay, when is it gonna get exciting? He's like, oh.
It does.
Doesn't. I'm like, oh, fuck.
There's some scenes where, we see, the male Medusa character,
And
where the snakes are in the beard.
Dude, that guy was cool. And I'm like, oh,
that's kind of weird.
You fucking kill him.
The Amazon zombies are interesting. I like the line, armored supermodels. I was like, okay, so all the Amazons are hot.
I was probably talking when that happened.
Probably.
Yeah.
And then at the interesting thing is, throughout this entire movie, they never say Wonder Woman until the very end, where Wonder Woman is fighting Cheetah.
And they're like, we were paid to say the title.
Yeah. But overall, I wouldn't say I hate this movie. It's worth, if you've never seen it before, I would say watch it. It's worth the first watch. But other than that, it's not great. Oh, really? Not even worth a single watch?
Yeah, it's knowledge. It's knowledge. That's the way I'm going to look at it.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
But, okay, so it is what it is. I've said to him before, I've seen all of these DC movies before. The first 5 are the roughest. This is number 4 of the 5. So I wouldn't say it's a
so
bad...
Green Lantern is the 5th?
Yes.
Supposedly?
Yes. Which we'll talk about in a minute.
5? Okay.
Yep, we'll talk about in a minute.
That's
but yeah, you're correct.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's a terrible movie. It is an interesting movie. If you know nothing about Wonder Woman and you're like, where do I start? I would say this is a good movie to start. But it's after you watch it one time, I don't I've watched this is probably my 3rd or 4th time watching it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I'm so good. So
I don't know. Me personally, first time watching it didn't draw my attention. I love Wonder Woman and the idea. I was talking to him and was like, I want to know who the fuck the engineer that designed the Invisible Jet is. For real. Okay, someone designed the the rope of truth, whatever. Who the fuck are these people?
And that's a good point. Like we did talk about that. Whereas
In
like
Thor, they brought in the fucking dwarves. They created all of the godly weapons. Who the fuck are the people that did this? Okay, I'm sorry. Wonder Woman's cool. Who the fuck made a jet invisible?
that is a good point. Like
Who did that?
Why do they have an invisible jet? I can't disagree with that. That's
I don't give a fuck.
Like
who Wonder Woman is. Who did that?
Like
someone tell me.
The bracelets I get, the lasso I get, the invisible jets kind of. I'm not going to disagree.
None of them are techie.
Yeah.
None of them. Tell me where this came from.
I hate not being able to have an answer.
Yo, see,
I'm
when I
so
come up with some shit that stumps you,
yeah,
that's when I'm like, okay, I'm reaching some horizons.
Yeah, usually I have an answer. I don't have
He's
an
almost
answer.
always got an answer for me, y'all.
And you know what? Depending on the universe, I do have an answer because there is a movie that has an answer, but not this movie. And I got nothing for this movie. Yeah. So okay. So if you guys have an answer, otherwise, I don't know. For Wonder Woman, I don't know. I feel super sexist saying that she's just not interesting to me, but she's not. Like,
she is an interesting person. The way they perceive her story and kind of make her out to not be as strong as she can be, because no, that woman is savage.
And see, when she's portrayed, like, again, when she's in, like, the Justice League and she's taller than Superman
Dude,
and she's stronger.
She is fucking intense.
I'm like, that is great.
But they still make her seem like she's weak in this movie.
In this movie.
Why are they doing that?
Yeah, she's not that interesting in this movie.
Wonder Woman was never a weak person. And it's kind of crazy that they're trying her to be that kind of.
And I agree. So that's all I got for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next time for the Green Lantern First Flight.